All right. Happy Monday, guys. Welcome to a new edition of the Current Era podcast. I'm your host, Julian. And today I do have my brother Javar on to help me dissect this past episode of Game of Thrones, Season 8, Episode 4. There's two more episodes left, guys, but this episode is coming off of Season 8, Episode 3, The Long Night, and that huge battle. I thought this episode was really good. I really enjoyed a lot of things about the episode, which you'll hear in the pod. And man, RIP, I'm not going to spoil who. This episode is full spoilers, guys, full spoilers. So if you haven't seen the episode, this is your spoiler warning. We're going to talk about everything, including who lives, who dies, yada, yada. So yeah, let's get to the episode, guys. It's a great one. All right, guys, welcome to another edition of the Current Era podcast. I'm your host, Julian, obviously, and I have my brother Javar on to help me break down the latest episode of Game of Thrones. Javar, do you know what this episode is called? I hate how they don't release the episode title names anymore.
Well, they do like 12 or so hours after.
Oh,
I guess they don't want to have the name of the
spoilers.
episode. Yeah, exactly. Have spoilers and have people trying to figure out what's it about.
Oh, that's annoying. But yeah, so before we get into today's episode, I wanted to kind of touch on some things that I missed on the last episode, The Long Night. So for some reason, I remember, and correct me if I'm wrong, I remember in the episode Hard Home, when the Night King lifted up his hands, he only revived the dead that were next to him. But in this episode, The Long Night, when he did, he revived like people in the crypt, I mean, of course, and people that weren't anywhere near him. Like, was that strange to you? Like, this dude has some serious range.
No, it wasn't strange because it was a lot of range, but it still was like the same area. So no, that doesn't really surprise me. They haven't really explained the extent of his powers anyway. And Hard Home didn't have as many dead people as you know the last night, the Long Night.
Yeah.
Battle was.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I just thought it was weird because I was, like I said, I was rewatching it before this episode came on, and the second time I was just like, how the heck did he reach all those people? But whatever. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it. But I did think it was interesting that they didn't show him dying in the preview for this episode. They show literally everybody else's death. They didn't show his. I thought that was kind of interesting. Did you notice that?
I did notice that.
Okay.
And the intro still has the like the blue tiles heading to Winterfell. I mean, they stopped at Winterfell, but no.
Yeah. What could it mean? All right, anyway. So before the episode came out, I guess probably around noon or 1 o'clock Eastern time, I started to see that there were spoilers leaking about today's episode. And, you know, anybody that listens to this pod know that Game of Thrones has been ruined for me. At least the first 4 to 5 seasons have been ruined because of spoilers that I've seen online. Not willingly. Like, these are not spoilers that I've gone and looked up, but these are spoilers that I've seen.
Come on. It's been like 5 years since those, you know, like you can't expect it to not be spoiled years later.
Yeah. But, I mean, the episode that hasn't even premiered, like, my goodness. Like,
yeah, no, that's different.
I mean, yeah.
So what parts leaked? What did you see?
I saw, well, okay, so I didn't purposely look for these, as I said, but the only thing I saw was Missandei. I saw that she was going to die, and I didn't want to believe it. But what a way to end the episode. I mean, she got her head completely chopped off by the mountain. What'd you think of that scene, man?
Man, that's Bae.
I know, right?
Hey, she have to go out like that.
Yeah.
So it was tough, but man, like, I think I was more hurt by Rhaegal.
Definitely. Oh my God, that came out of nowhere. Like, holy crap! Like, they was just flying, having a good time. You know, oh, I'm about to say King's Landing. All of a sudden, foo. I was like, oh, like what the heck? That was wild.
And I felt like that was kind of dumb of them to just be all willy nilly and not expect Cersei to ambush them.
Yeah,
I kind of expected that.
Yeah, man. That was totally unexpected for me. And the other thing that was unexpected, but I guess kind of great, was Jaime and Brienne. Like, what?
Yeah,
I mean, you know, this has been building since season 2, and It finally happened. What do you think?
Okay. Are we starting from the beginning or are we just jumping around? How you,
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I just kind of want to hit the high points, and I have like a general thing to go by.
okay. Yeah, well, okay. I'm glad they got it out the way, but it's also like sucks that in the same episode he just bounced on her.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
she just kind of got smutted out a little bit for a few days. It's,
I mean, but did
it's
but did you gather from that scene that it was because he loved Cersei, or because he felt like he had to kill her? Because to me,
I
it
hope
seemed
that's what he
like
feels like. He has to
yeah,
like he feels like he has to do something.
yeah, like I felt like he was saying goodbye because he felt like he was the only one that was going to be able to get close enough to kill her. I didn't really feel that whole like I love Cersei, I'm always gonna love Cersei thing, but maybe I'm just misinterpreting it. I don't know.
Well, I think he does, but I think he's going to see her with Euron or something and just lose his
Yeah.
mind.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. So one of the things, well, one of the main things that this episode spent a lot of time on was the aftermath of the battle. Everybody's partying and getting together, and one of the things that I noticed, obviously in the beginning of the episode when they had to burn all the bodies, they had certain people burn certain piles of bodies, and it was like
Hmm.
super emotional. Like holy crap! Like Danny has to burn England.
Jorah.
Why do I call him England? Yeah, Jorah. Sam has to burn Ed from the Night's Watch, and it's just so sad. Like it was, and Sansa is like tore up over Theon. That was really surprising for me. But what
Yeah.
about you? Did you care about that scene at all?
Yeah, it was sad. It was sad. I mean, that was one of them that they kind of hinted at in the preview, and then like they released some promo pictures of
Hmm.
that. So I kind of knew that was coming, but it was a good scene.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, like you said, everybody had their piece. That's a lot of bodies. I almost think it's like more than that, but I guess they
Probably,
piled them up and like all in one pyre and whatnot. So
yeah. And I guess they
uh,
probably did the best they could to find all the bodies too.
yeah, right. Guess I wonder what happened to the army of the dead bodies because they didn't disintegrate; they just
Oh,
fell back dead. So I
that's
wonder.
true.
So like, who removed Viserys's body?
Yeah, whose job was that? That had to suck. And another thing that I noticed when Sansa was crying over Theon, she put like some wolf lapel thing on him. Was that like a sign of her trying to make him the hand or something, or what was that?
No, it's just a Stark sigil, just basically saying
He's a
you know,
Stark.
he's a Stark. Yeah,
Oh, oh my God. Sansa really love her some Theon. That's great. I don't know, man. Theon.
yes. So
I
you're
feel like
rewatching it with Avi, right? So you're like
yeah,
seeing the worst of him. It's like, yeah, don't
yeah.
feel bad for this guy. Yeah,
Well, it's not really that, man. I'm kind of looking at him in a whole new light. Whereas, the first time I watched the series, I didn't care about Theon at all. But now that I'm rewatching it, me and her are in I don't know 2 or 3 episodes into season 3, and like I'm really feeling for Theon. I guess because I know his fate at this point, but I'm invested in him. Like I really care about Theon now, and it hurt to see Sansa and him have that moment. Like it was I don't know, man. I'm not gonna say it was tear jerking, but it was emotional. It hurt.
so do you think he actually redeemed himself at the end of the day?
I think so. I mean, he after everything he did and the way he went out, like he had to have known that he was going to die. Like I almost feel like that he sacrificed himself because he knew that that's the only way that he could fully redeem himself, and I think he
I don't know,
did.
man. He killed people that basically like helped raise him.
Yeah.
He just killed them in cold blood. Like I don't know. Like that's I don't think he. I think he all in all he got tortured enough, and then he tried to redeem himself. So I guess his art came full circle, but he did some irreparable things.
Yeah.
But anyway, so moving on to the scene, they're in there with having the feast, right? And
Mm.
Danny basically tries to win over the people by uh,
Making Gendry.
making Gendry the lord of Storm's End, and
Hmm.
call him Gendry Baratheon.
Yeah. That was
And
really
it seemed
cool.
to work at first, yeah.
Right. I
Though
was
everybody was like hesitant to like Sir Davos had to like start the slow
yeah.
clap back there.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I was happy about that. I mean, I actually have here in my notes, like, great for Gendry. Like, he's the poor guy. Like, he's had a tough arc the whole series, even though he's been a background character for most of it. But it's great that he's getting some shine. And the scene that he had with Arya after that was cold blooded. Even though I knew it was coming, but I was like, I don't know, I was kind of torn because I was like, Arya, I want you to do this, but at the same time, I was like, what are you
It's not
doing,
you.
Gendry? Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I mean, I was like, Gendry, like, come on, bro. Like, she about to clown you. She sure did. Gave him a kiss, and she was just like, yeah, sorry, buddy, but I ain't no lady.
Yeah, that's tough. I
And
mean,
then she had the nerve to ride off with the Hound. Where are they going? They going to freaking King's Landing by themselves?
yeah, because the Hound wants to kill his brother, and she
I'm about
wants
to
to kill
say,
Cersei.
yeah. He want that one on one so bad. Like, he don't care about nothing else but that one on one.
It's gonna
And
happen. Like it's
I
fan
mean, it
service at
has
this point.
to. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's very true. It has to at this point. But my goodness, like, talk about something driving you. I mean, man. Oh yeah, and Ghost. So Ghost, I'm glad to see that the good boy is alive. He looks like he lost an ear, but I was mad. Like, John gave him away. I was like, John, what are you doing? And he didn't even say goodbye. Like, Ghost was crying and everything. Like, did you care about that at all? Because I was like, I was tore up.
I thought that was a little weird, but I guess like I don't know. John just didn't care for him like that. Like
That's
I
crazy,
mean,
bro.
to be honest, like he was never like he always just kind of just let him roam around him, but he didn't seem to like really bond with him like that. Not as much as we would have liked, right?
Mm-mm-mm.
He would just leave and just leave him. Like he didn't seem to care. Not everybody's
That's
built for dogs, man.
yeah, I guess not. That sucks though. But I mean, I'm glad he's alive, and I'm glad he's going with Tormund, back up to the real north, as he likes to call it. And it
So
was,
at that feast scene though, did you
mhm.
start to realize how Danny was just like, man, like I ain't got nobody up here. Like
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that the director shot it that way to make sure we realize that she was trying her hardest to be one of them, and she just isn't. Like, like they love them some Jon Snow, they love them some Sansa Stark, and you know she was
she was
hating.
But I say she was begging John. She literally said, "I've never begged anyone for anything
Hmm.
before. Like, but please don't tell anybody.
Yeah,
Like, this is all she cares about, and she knows that like he's a threat, and it's not even that serious. He don't want to be a threat, but just the game, the people, the politics around him,
yep,
around them, people are gonna try to do some crap, and that's basically what happened. Like Sansa didn't waste no time when he told
yeah.
Sansa and Arya.
Yeah, and that's something that I also have here in my notes. Like, Sansa and Arya are being really weird about this. Like, they just don't want no quote unquote foreign leader. Like, Dany has proved herself. Well, I mean, at least in their eyes, she's proved herself nothing but you know fair to them anyway. Like, she helped them fight this great war. I mean, she lent her dragons and she lent her armies who got mutilated and destroyed. And they're just like, I don't want her as a queen. Like, damn, like, give her a chance.
I mean, when it boils down to it, I think it's more so they don't want to they want to be independent. And
Mm,
Danny ain't having that. So like
yeah,
that's where it come down. That's where the conflict is. Otherwise, I think they'd be cool, but it's just like, no, I'm not trying
yeah,
to have to be ordered by you. You just gonna fly over here and try to boss us around. Like no.
yeah. I guess that's true. I didn't think of it that way. I guess the North is so proud, and I don't know. I guess they kind of always wanted to be independent to an extent, and now that they've had a taste of it, they don't want to go back to being ruled. It makes sense. I mean, makes sense, I guess. But
Like I
like you
said, you see,
said,
Sansa didn't waste no time. Like she sees it
yeah,
as an opportunity to basically have a Stark be king
right,
in her
yeah,
eyes. Like, and then like Varys was down with it. Tyrion knows it's right, but he don't
hmm,
want to like be a cutthroat.
yeah. It's interesting, man. It's almost like they're plotting to not. I don't want to say kill her, but they're plotting to make sure she doesn't win the throne.
Yeah, they're almost
Um,
like, yeah, if she loses this fight, then it'll be okay. Because
yeah,
as long as we preserve the northern armies, we could take back, we could defeat Cersei with what we got, but we don't really need her.
which is a complete 180 because I mean in past seasons they've been nothing but loyal to her, but they get this little taste of Jon Snow, and I think Varys was the one that said it, like like he's a man, he inspires leadership, he's a war hero, he's this, he's that. I'm just like, dang, you're right, he is kind of amazing, but I don't know, like that it kind of scares me because anytime this show builds up anybody, it means that they're going to die. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Are you fearful for John or Danny at this point?
Yeah, I'm very for both. I mean, it's almost like they're leaning towards Danny now is going to do something crazy and get herself killed or something,
Yeah.
or get stabbed in the back by somebody or something. And I would hate for everything we went through with her, and most people's favorite character, to just go out like that.
Yeah.
But that seems to be the route it might be going. And John, I guess at this point, he might try to sacrifice himself for her or get stabbed in the back too. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
You
funny.
just never know.
People,
You don't know what. You never know what's gonna happen. Like, what'd you just say?
yeah, uh, people like to joke on Twitter that John is suicidal, that he has a death wish because he
He
he stays
is.
trying to sacrifice himself for people.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I mean,
And it's funny, like nobody like when the Wildlings was talking about getting killed and come back, like Danny just ain't gonna ask about this. Like
yeah, I don't
she's
know.
seeing his
It's
wounds and stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like she asked him earlier in season 7 about it, and he kind of ducked it, and then I think he told her after that, but maybe not. Um, but yeah, another thing I want to hit on is I want to hit on is Braun. Braun is actually one of
Oh
my favorite
yeah,
characters. Like I think Braun's awesome. He came back in this episode. I don't know how they just let him in the gates, but whatever.
I was
Um,
wondering that too.
but no, it's whatever. So yeah, he had a scene with Tyrion and Jamie. Essentially came to kill them, essentially. And of course, he didn't do it because deep down inside, he has love for Tyrion. Even Jamie at this point, they had a lot of time together. And yeah, I like Bronn. I like his presence. What do you think of that scene between them three?
Man, he did a heel turn. Like I don't know. Like at this, I think he's gonna end up getting killed. I mean, he's for
Mm,
one, he's waiting in Winterfell for them, I guess, and Jamie just left and Tyrion been gone. So
yeah,
I don't know where he's gonna come up again. Maybe in the last episode. I don't know.
yeah, it's
Um,
interesting.
but I just don't see it ending well for him.
Unfortunately, yeah. It seems like certain characters are doomed. To be honest, I didn't see Missandei. Like she was a real surprise for me. But I mean, I still think Brienne, Jamie, Tyrion, like they're all doomed. Like they're going to die, in my opinion. But yeah, Bronn. I mean, I didn't want to attach him to that list, but it seems like the way things are going, like you said, like he kind of has to die. He keeps changing his allegiance, and I don't know who he serves. Like at this point,
He
but
served himself. That's pretty
yeah,
clear.
that's true. That's very true. They said they're going to give him High Garden. He was like, okay, you win. And Sam is going to be a daddy.
Oh, yeah. I see.
That's
So we were right
interesting.
about Gilly,
Yeah,
looking a little chubby.
yeah.
But
I thought for a while that she was looking real fat, and apparently apparently it's because she's preggo. So what was your reaction to that?
I was like, okay, Sam getting it in. Screw the Night's Watch. What's gonna happen to the Night's Watch? By the way, I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah, who knows at this point? It was a nice little sentiment when John said the protectors of the realm when he was giving his speech at the beginning, which is of course from the Night's Watch, but who cares about the Night's Watch at this point? They're kind of irrelevant. The wildlings are they're and the regular people are pals now, and the Night King's gone, quote unquote. So there's no need for a Night's Watch anymore, I guess. And also earlier in the scene, I thought that they were plotting to kill John a little bit. Tyrion and Varys, like they were having conversations about, should we wed them and what are we going to do about Jon Snow? Like, did you think that they were plotting to kill John at that point?
No, I think they were just like which part are you talking about? When they were on the ship?
Yes.
No, it sounded like they were saying that like that was basically the beginning of Varys being conflicted. He was like, man, Jon Snow is kind of better because Daenerys is kind of losing. She's kind of losing her grip here, losing her mind.
Yeah.
And while Tyrion was just like, yeah, he'll be okay. Like, actually, why not wed them together? Let them get married again. Can we try to revisit this idea? Because then
Yeah.
that'll be the best of both worlds. Is basically what they were talking about. And then when
Hmm.
they were back in Dragonstone, like Varys went all the way. He was basically, I don't. It sounded like he threatened to like poison
Poisoner,
Daenerys
yeah.
or something.
Sound like a Terminator. He was like, she must die. It's like, oh my
Right.
goodness.
It's over for her. Like, damn.
But I mean, it's interesting, man, because like for 2 seasons, they've talked about how Daenerys doesn't want to be the Mad King. She doesn't want to burn the city. But pretty much at the end of this episode, it's pretty evident that she's made up her mind.
Yeah,
Like
like
she's
she's
going to
just
do this.
fire and blood. Like yeah,
Exactly.
she's about to try to be a conqueror, and that's what looks like is gonna happen in the next episode. They're gonna have some kind of like she's flying in from the sun.
Yeah, which is
So, what do you
interesting.
predict?
I don't know, man. 2 episodes left. Ooh, I mean, they're both like 80 something minutes apiece. So, smart money is on this big battle happening in the next episode. But as to like who lives and who dies, it's so tough to say. But I'm gonna
Are you
stick
hype
with.
about it? Because I remember last week you were kind of like, who cares about Cersei?
Yeah, no, I still feel the same way. Like, to be honest, I mean, at this point, she's not formidable to me. Like, she doesn't pose that much of a threat. I mean, sure,
Even with all those scorpions, and she got a big army now. Like
I don't.
Daenerys only has one dragon and not really much support, and small army that she has. Like she was looking pathetic with her 25
Dude, she had
unsullied,
like
and
20.
yeah, like that ain't gonna work. While
Yeah,
Drogon was all the way in the corners, like yeah, what y'all don't look that intimidating right now.
yeah, that's true. But I don't know. I just don't care enough about Cersei to care about that. Like, what's funny about her? She's lying to her baby again. She straight lied to Euron and was like, "Yeah, so this our baby. This gonna be our son or our daughter." I'm just like, "Come on, man."
Like, is it
Again,
Jaime's babies or Euron's baby?
yeah, like
Or are you
let's
even
keep it
pregnant? Like, what's going on here?
See, I still don't know. That'll be interesting, but I don't know, man. I mean, do you have any major predictions? Because to me, Cersei has to die, but that's a given. So I don't really have anything else besides that, to be honest.
I mean, I think it's gonna either be Arya or Jaime
That kills
that
her.
kills Cersei. So
Yeah,
I don't know what that means for Daenerys.
yeah, that's true. Oh, so what if Arya sneaks in using other people's faces like she does, and she gets close enough to let the Hound in to fight his brother, the Mountain, and I don't know, she somehow gets close enough to Cersei to kill her, but I don't know if Arya would stop there. I think Arya might try to kill Daenerys because I don't know, like Arya's slick crazy, and she's supposed to shut green eyes forever. And what's really funny? I was looking at everybody's eyes so intently in this episode. Like, which one of you got green eyes?
Cersei and
Um,
Daenerys, right?
yeah, they both had green eyes. So that's interesting. So I don't know. I mean, maybe she does kill both of them, or maybe she kills Daenerys and somebody else kills Cersei. I don't know, but
And I
it's
tell her,
tough.
Arya's a wild card.
Yeah, she is seriously. And look, Sansa is too. Sansa about that life now. Apparently, she like, look, I'm the North. We the North. Ain't nobody ruling us. I don't know if she'll let them in again at this point.
Yeah, I mean, what's interesting is that when Jon told Sansa and Arya the next scene with Arya, she was just leaving Winterfell with the Hound. So
Yep.
we don't know if Sansa and Arya have some kind of plan, or Arya just acting on her own, or whatever to try to
Very
have
true.
some kind of dual mission or what, or
Yeah.
inside mission, I should say,
Yeah. That's
inside
very
job.
true. Very, very true. They've done it before. I mean, that's how they killed Littlefinger. So we shall see. Oh yeah, and there was a line in there that I wanted to quote. I don't know. I can't remember if it was Varys or Tyrion, but they said something along the lines of the best people to rule are people that never wanted the power or something like that. Some along those lines. That's like straight from Harry Potter. I just wanted to make sure I brought that in. But yeah, this was a great episode, man. I'm looking forward to episode 5 and 6. Um,
Yep, it's a good episode.
um, yeah, I'm actually not going to be in
R.I.P.
town
to
this week.
Rhaegal and
Yeah,
Missandei.
he got messed up. Got messed up. But yeah, man, episodes 5 and 6 coming up, series finale. Oh, do you know anything about these spin-offs that are happening? I keep hearing stuff about spin-offs.
Yeah, there's um, three I think in development right now. Um, so I think they're going to be mini series, which
Oh,
means
okay.
maybe like 4 or 5 episodes or so,
Right.
about significant times in history of Westeros, the Game of Thrones world.
Mm.
A a lot of it's like stuff that's been referenced in the books, or maybe even lightly referenced on the show. But a lot of it's like lore and stuff in the books.
Gotcha. So it's not going to be like a continuation at all. It's going to be prequels.
Yeah, most likely prequels. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, that should be interesting. Probably not, but we'll see. All right,
Well,
man.
it's probably not going to have any of the characters that's been in the Game of Thrones.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they'll either be their younger selves or they just won't be in it at all. Or,
Right.
we'll see like a child, Jamie, and, I don't know.
Like I'm expecting to do something with like the first men and the Andals and the Children of the Forest, stuff like that.
Oh,
Or
wow.
maybe like Aegon the Conqueror, the first Targaryen
Mm-hmm.
that conquered and united the kingdoms, or stuff like that.
Dude, that's 1,000 years ago.
Or maybe they might do something like Robert's Rebellion and talk
Oh,
about
that'd be cool.
branch out more of like Rhaegar and Lyanna and stuff like that. That'd be cool. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we'll see.
Interesting. Yeah, we'll see, man. All right, man. Appreciate you coming on today. We'll have to do this again like we always do. And thanks for
For
listening,
sure.
everybody. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of the Current Era Podcast. Please remember to rate, like, and subscribe. If you're listening on Apple or iTunes, please leave me a 5-star review. You can just click on my show, scroll to the bottom, rank me 5 stars. That'll really help me out. And yeah, please remember, guys, to download every episode. Those downloads really count for me. Or you can just subscribe, and those episodes will download automatically. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me, guys. I really, really appreciate you. And I will see you on Friday. Thanks so much.